Guys, it's Angela. Welcome back to my channel. So I am off work today, so I decided to tackle more of my series I've got going on, ABCs of Tarot, which is basically me and my Virgo brain's way of doing my entire deck collection. Hopefully I get it done by the end of the year. If not, I'll be doing it into January when I'm doing, probably at the same time I'm doing 31 Days of Tarot in January. But basically going through the alphabet, showing my collection from A to Z. Some of the letters I don't have decks for, we're skipping those. As of yet, we don't, and I actually I'm uploading right now, letter F as in Frank, and I actually forgot one. I was stupid because I don't know why, but it is the Fairy Lights Tarot by Lo Scarabero. This box, you can tell, the box is crap. It's a tuck box version. I'm finding some of the older tuck boxes aren't as sturdy as the newer tuck boxes, even though they feel the same. It's weird. But I bought this because I wanted it. I had the, here's the backs, and they are reversible. Well, maybe not. They appear at first to be reversible. If you hear clipping, that's my dog walking around. One of my dogs walking around. I rarely use this deck because I have bought the Tarot of the Sacred Forest. Love it. Use it as a shadow work deck. It's a dark deck. And I wanted this one as a companion. It seems a lot lighter to me. But some of the images I can't quite compute with what I know of. Like, I think it's the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords are like reversed. Like, the image that should appear in the Ten of Wands that you would think would be Ten of Wands is actually the Ten of Swords in this. And what you would think of the Ten of Swords is actually the Ten of Wands. And I'm like, that's weird. Because it is still the same. Look at it. It's just beautiful. It is still beautiful. I just can't, those two cards really, I can't really get past, I don't think. The tower in this deck is stunning. And I had pulled it out recently. Yes. I love that tower card. They're all leaving. You can see it starting to come down. You can see the dust and stuff. And everybody's safe. Everybody's safe. They're all out of the building. But I just found this an interesting take that they're all safe, but it's still coming down. There's nothing stopping it. So that is the Fairy Lights Tarot. That is the deck I forgot in my F decks. Can't believe I forgot that. That's probably because I rarely use it. Because some of the images I just can't get past. So that is it for F decks. Now we're on to letter G today. So I'm going to start off with my knockoff, which I showed you guys in my E decks with my Easy Tarot. It says Guidance of Fate Tarot, but it is a knockoff version of the Gilded Tarot. It's blue backs instead of black. They're tiny cards. This is the deck that I bought that made me fall in love with Cheryl Marchetti's artwork, except it's so tiny. So tiny. And I'm just like, no. So, I bought the Easy Tarot, which is basically the Gilded Tarot in a kit, which I showed you in my E-decks. And then, recently, I found the Gilded Tarot Royale in a mini, and I'm like, what? I don't have any of his decks in minis. I have a lot of his decks. Don't have any in mini, and it is different coloration. Love the bags. Love the cardstock. It's published by Llewellyn. And it was like $10 on Amazon. I mean, the images are stunning. I love, love, love his artwork. Love it. Look at that. Magician. Ugh. Love it. And now I have myself a mini Cheryl Marchetti deck. So if I need to, because I don't ever, look at that moon. Wow. I don't ever take his decks out and about because, first of all, most of them are indie. decks, and they're very precious to me, and they got gilding, and they're special, and so I don't usually take them outside of the house. So I needed something that I could carry with me all the time, and I do carry that with me quite a bit now. Speaking of, we're just going to round out the rest of his decks. I have the Gilded, Chiara Marchetti's Gilded Reverie Lenormand Expanded Edition. I got this because, of course, I love his artwork, and I wanted this Lenormand because it's gilded. It's actually bigger cards than what a Lenormand is. I love the images, and I found I have like 4 Lenormand decks now. I don't usually use Lenormand decks in the traditional sense. I use them mediumistically, like, and this deck helped me realize this is what I use these for. Like, I don't know why some of them are turned around. What is happening? And I like that it's got the playing card correspondence here. So everybody's seen this deck because everybody's got this deck. It's the Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck by U.S. Games. Next, we have the Gypsy Oracle cards. So these are low scare barrel. I saw these online for like $10. I'm like, I gotta get them. I actually saw them on somebody else's site. Love that they're small cards. I don't have many Oracle decks that I can take outside. Just toss them a purse and take them with me, and this is one of them. Why? And I love the vintage feel to this deck, the vintage images. I love that they have keywords. And as you can see, the edging is... Because I got this year, I think. Pretty sure I got it this year, and it's already looking like I've had it for years. But that's okay. I love it. Love it. Love it. I love it. So that's the Gypsy Oracle cards. And I'm going pretty fast because I have 11, technically with the F deck I forgot, and the knockoff, I have 12 decks here to show. So the second Oracle deck, and the third deck I ever bought was this Greek mythology reading cards. This is published by Findhorn Press. It was not $20. I paid like $15 for this. It's Alison Chester Lambert. Illustrations of Richard Crooks. I rarely use it. Love the little book. When I first got it, I used the crap out of it. It is shiny. Why are they all turned around? Like, all these decks are turned around. To me, this is like having a museum in my house of Greek gods and goddesses. And I love it. Paintings of them. And I love it. It has a very mystical, not mystical, mythological feel to it. But also, it feels like there's truth to it, if that makes sense. But I love this deck. It is so stunning, so beautiful. And like I said, I used the crap out of it when I first got it. I rarely use it now. But if I ever need to work with the Greek gods, goddesses, this is usually the deck I'm going to go to. I only have one other deck that has the Greek gods and goddesses, or any Greek gods and goddesses, but this is strictly for Greek mythology, and I love it. Next, we have M.J. Cullinan's The Grommachen Tarot. This is the second edition indie version, and it's getting ready to come out mass market. Cards are very flimsy, but I love the backs. They are bigger than normal tarot size. I love this deck. However, because it was an indie deck, and it's one of those decks that I never thought I'd get, because 2 times I tried to get this deck, it was out of print, and then suddenly it was just available somewhere, a random site that had 1 left, and I'm like, what? So I feel like this is a very precious deck to me, so I don't really use it a whole lot. I do have the Soul Cats that I got this year. That's a mass market deck that I use way more than this. But the images in this are beautiful. Maybe I'll get the mass market and use it more. But I love this deck. I love the Hermit in it, wherever he's at. Oh, yeah, he's the last one. I love that Hermit. He's so beautiful. It's the reason I wanted this deck, that Hermit. He's so sweet looking. So beautiful. Look, and there's a couple extra cards in there. I can almost not get my hands around it, and I have pretty good sized hands. But it does shuffle amazing because of the thin card stock. I just wish they weren't as slidey as they are, because they're very slippery. But I love it. I love the backs. And I do have a book for this. I just don't... I don't have that right now. 5 decks left. So here we have the... If you've seen this, any of my channel recently, you'll know this is the Gaian Tarot. I've edged it and trimmed it. It came out fantastic. I love the backs. I've said many times this is like my water deck. It's a deck that brings out emotions I thought dead to me. And for that, this deck has a special, it had a special immediate place in my collection, in my heart. And it's very soft, but truthful. It's like it's treading the waters of your soul. It knows that you're damaged. It knows that there's issues there. And it's being very gentle with it because it knows those damaged parts are trying to heal or need to heal or trying to mend back together. And so it's being very gentle and cautious with you. And I love that gentle river, slow, lazy river feel to this card. That's to this deck. And that's what it makes me feel like. I'm on a lazy river, just floating along, feeling my feelings, and it allowing me to feel my feelings without judgment or cruelty or being made fun of or any of that. And I love it for that. I love it. And like I said, when I got this solely to have a project to trim and edge, and then I started working with it, and it was so surprising that I was just like, wow, and I love it. So that's the Gaian Tarot. Sorry, I gushed. Next we have Ghost and Spirits Tarot by Lisa Hunt. This is a U.S. Games. I think Gaian Tarot is Schiffer Red Feather. This deck shuffles awesome. The backs do not match the fronts. The backs are a little cartoony. The fronts are freaking beautiful. And I just bought and received and did a walkthrough of the Pastoral Tarot, also by Lisa Hunt. You can tell her artwork in that because of the trees. All the trees, it kind of similar to what's in the Pastoral Tarot. But that deck is so freaking stunning. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I love it. And I love her artwork. I love this deck. This deck is really cool. You would think it would be fun and kitschy for Halloween, but I have used this beyond Halloween. To me, this is a mediumship deck, not a Halloween deck. So for that, and because I am a medium, this will get a lot more use than any of my Halloween decks, for sure. And it's stunning. And everybody's seen this deck, especially since we just had Halloween, and a lot of people got this out for Halloween. But that is the, oh my gosh, Ghosts and Spirits Tarot by U.S. Games. Love it. Next we have the MJ Cullinane, again, the Guardian of the Night Tarot. This is the mass market edition, published by Hay House. I'm pretty sure the Grimalkin Tarot is going to be Hay House as well. Fat book. Love it. It started fraying almost as soon as I got it. It's thick cards. They're super thick. I can still shuffle, but barely. I mean, I can't, like, my hands cannot flex nothing at that point. So I don't really full shuffle this deck. I just kind of overhand it like this. But, and then it started fraying almost as soon as I got it. So I found a purple to kind of match these bees and edged it. And it came out beautiful. It's like it was always edged, right? I love it. this deck surprised me also. I was like, oh, I'm going to get it because I think it's nice. These are the only two MJ Cullinane decks that I've ever been attracted to, is the Grandma Quintero and this one. And then I got it, and it was like, it spoke volumes, and I'm like, okay, this is not some kitschy little animal deck. It's beautiful, it's insightful. It can be hard-hitting also. Like, I found there's 3 cards in there with cityscapes in them. And I just almost cry every time I see that. It's depressing. It's so sad. And I'm like, why? Like I said before, any deck that comes like that, the moon, it's awful to me. I don't know why. It just brings out weird emotions in me. And I'm like, what is happening? But like I said before, any deck that can bring out emotions in me, because I don't usually have emotions, deep emotions. I'm the Queen of Swords, for the love of God. But yeah, this deck is stunning. It ain't like the Queen of Swords doesn't have emotions. She just keeps them locked away, and that's who I am, pretty much. But yeah, stunning. Love it, love it, love it. 2 decks left. The Guardian Tarot by Beth Selinonen. This is a Red Feather publication. I've edged it in these purple, pinky, and blue to match the backs, because that's like a little light pink. Came out great. It's the backs. And I've talked about this deck. I've seen it in, to me, it's like spirits or other beings that live alongside us in our plane of existence on Earth, but on a different plane of existence. So we can't always see them. And sometimes, just sometimes, we can tap into a certain energy and see them. And that's what I feel in this deck. Like, it is maybe like a guardian type situation where it's either spirits or guardian angels or just some guardians in general or some other entire species of beings that live alongside of us. And this is the only deck I have that kind of otherworldly connection with, and I think it's pretty cool. A lot of people don't like it because some of the images they have like the sockets of their eyes, they're black. But I love it. Last but not least, I had to get this deck simply because I found, as an adult, I've kind of reverted back to some of my childhood, some of my better memories of my childhood, because I didn't really have a fantastic childhood. So as an adult, I've kind of indulged that child in me that was repressed. So as soon as this Garbage Pail Kids came out, I'm like, I have to get this deck. It is an Inside Editions deck, and that's Snot. Love it, because I was an 80s kid. I was the kid that was collecting and I love how they shuffle. They have this velvety feel to their cards that just is amazing shuffle. But I was that kid opening up the bubble gum to get the cards and like collect them. And when they came out with the tarot deck, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? And there's new in this book. There are new characters that's brand new for this deck, and this is the first Inside Editions deck out there, because they made a lot, that it's full scenic pips. It's not just partial pips like everybody hates. It's the first deck that has full scenic pips, and it's the first deck where the wands are wands, the cups are cups, the coins are coins, and the swords are swords. Because all the other decks, they renamed them. But I love this thing. It's so cool. It's disgusting, and I love it. So that is my G decks. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any of these decks or have any comments on any of these decks, let me know. This deck was like $22 on Amazon. The Guardian Tarot, got it at my local metaphysical store, but I think it was $22 on Amazon. The Guardian of the Night is like $25 on Amazon. And I told you about everything else. But yeah, these are awesome decks, and I can't wait to show you guys H. You guys have a good night. Bye.